Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Business Innovators Radio. This is your host, Jerica Glasper, and I'm really excited to introduce today's special guest. Today we have Leah Shelton on. Welcome to the show, Leah.
Hi, Jerica. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be invited.
Yes, absolutely. Excited to have you on. I'm going to share a little bit with our audience about you, Leah. Leah's real estate career began in her native town of San Diego. Her love and passion for real estate jump-started on the operations side, and she relocated to the far north Dallas side in 2007. Her background and her experience in the real estate industry makes her unique from other agents. And Leah has over 14 years experience. So she specializes in buying, selling, working with those first-time home buyers, vets, relocators, investment properties, contract negotiation, and new home construction sales. Leah is a member of the Plano Chamber of Commerce and a certified Hometown Heroes agent. She's worked on top producing teams within the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex, and last year she's received multiple awards like the GCI Earned and Transactions Closed. She is a mentor to others interested in the career in real estate and is well regarded amongst her peers and other industry professionals. What an intro. I love it. All right, so let's dive right in. If you could please tell our audience a little bit about yourself and your business experience.
Absolutely. Like you said when you were introducing me, so amazingly, I began in real estate about 14 years ago on the operations side. I was working for a top producing team. I actually began as their transaction coordinator, and that gave me the experience with working with other agents, title companies, and then I became a real estate assistant and an office manager. And my love for real estate and my passion for real estate really just started to grow from there. Having been an office manager, I had my experience in dealing with clients on a first-hand basis, really getting to know them and just being able to assist them through the process for my agents. And when I relocated to Dallas, I got my license and been an agent here ever since, and I love every bit of it.
So it sounds like you were really involved and hands-on in the buy-in process, even though you weren't a realtor yet. And so is that what made you get into the real estate game, is realizing how impactful it was to work with clients that were going through the home buying process or the selling process?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I really, like I said, I really got to know the clients on a one-on-one basis, and it's an exciting process, but it can also be a stressful time. And I love working with people. I love being able to help them, and at the end of the day, getting them to their home buying goals and just seeing them get those keys and realizing their dream of home ownership.
Yes, that's awesome. So who exactly do you help? Who are your clients and how do you help them?
I help anyone with real estate needs. I primarily have a focus on home buyers, veterans, people that are relocating to the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex, first-time home buyers, investors.
All right. Well, if you could tell me a little bit about why being knowledgeable about these areas in real estate is so important. Why is it important to really niche down and understand what it takes for a vet to buy a home?
Well, and not just a veteran, just anybody looking to purchase. Here lately, a lot of my clientele have been veterans, military personnel, people relocating to Dallas, and again, first-time home buyers. And it's really important to find the right agent to work with. You want to find someone who's very knowledgeable in the area. I would say especially for people that are relocating to Dallas. They've never been here before, and so you want someone that's here on the ground that knows the area and actually wants to take the time out to get to know you and your needs and your family's needs and your goal in home ownership and really understand what it is you're looking for. I mean, it can be a completely overwhelming process when you're moving here from out of state. What's really important for people, especially that have families and children or school-age children, you want to get them in a really good school district. You want to get them great area. You also, and this applies to all buyers, in the future, you want to buy in an area that is going to have resale value in the future. So that's very important.
Well, that's good to know. That's very good to know. And so with you being in the industry for 14 years, how has the real estate transaction changed?
In real estate, there's that saying, everything's fluid. So, I mean, everything is constantly changing. I'd say one of the big things that's constantly changing would be interest rates as well as home prices. For instance, when I moved here to Dallas back in 2007, home prices back then are not at all what they are today. We are still much more affordable here than in other parts of the country, but prices are certainly rising, and they're going up every day. The benefit that we have here in Dallas is that there's tons of land. And so a lot of homes, especially in North Dallas, a lot of homes are being built. We've got a ton of major companies that are relocating here to Dallas. I'm sure you're aware of Toyota's move. I've heard some talk about possibly Facebook relocating their headquarters here. And so there's a lot of land out here, and there's a lot of opportunity to find the perfect home. You just have to be patient, and you have to understand that it is a process. And you need someone working for you and with you that's willing to walk with you in every step, navigate you through everything, and be there for you.
Yes, absolutely. And I think with your experience and how passionate you are about being an educator and advocate for your clients is very commendable. And I know that all your clients probably speak very highly of you because you seem like you're very patient and you are there to answer all their questions. So I really like that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. What are some misconceptions that buyers have in this day and age, especially those first-time home buyers?
One of the misconceptions that first-time home buyers have would be they don't really need an agent, and because everything is so readily available to you on the internet. You know, you can find all the information you're looking for on the internet, but that's not to say everything that you're reading or accessing is reliable data. It's really important to have a realtor who knows the area and knows what the value of homes are. I think a lot of first-time home buyers or people that are relocating here also, they have an idea of what a home should be worth or what they should offer for a home. And once again, you can go on websites like Zillow and Trulia, and they'll give you, you know, kind of an estimate of what that home is worth. And so maybe in their minds, they believe that's how much they want to offer for it, and that's the, you know, that's rock bottom. But for us as agents, there's a lot more to it than that. Again, about knowing the area. It's about knowing how long that home has been on the market, how motivated the sellers are. So there's different factors that go into that. Also, once a home buyer gets under contract, they need to really be aware of the different steps they're going to go through. So it's really important to have a realtor to walk you through those steps and be there for you. And a big issue that comes up sometimes would be the inspection. And when it comes to inspections, a lot of homes in Dallas are older. So some first-time home buyers or people relocating here will think, you know, okay, so we get this 50-page inspection report and we want all of these things fixed. but it's very important for them to have realistic expectations as to what are the major components that need to be addressed by the seller or taken care of by the seller, and things that they're willing to compromise on. So in that case, it's really important to have someone like me who's experienced at dissecting an inspection report, going over it with my clients, and reaching a fair agreement and going through negotiations with sellers or the seller's agent on what we can all agree on, so we can get to the finish line.
Right, right. And I totally agree with that. I think it is important to have an expert that speaks that language, that understands the ins and outs of that industry, as opposed to trying to wing it or trying to Google the answers yourself. And, it's definitely important to have someone that is going to walk you through that process step by step. So that's great.
And not to mention the real estate contract. That's a pretty lengthy contract, and there's a lot of legalities and liability that comes along with that. And so they need someone that understands that contract from front to back. And the advantage with me is that I started off on the operations side. So I started off having to know what is contained in that purchase agreement and what buyers are, what they need to expect and what they're responsible for.
Right. That's definitely a competitive advantage for you. So that's great. So what would you say is something that a buyer can start to do right now to make that process of buying their home easier?
Right now, whenever you're ready to buy and you're going to give me a call, I think that you need to definitely understand your financial profile. So that's very important, because the very first step before even going out and looking at homes, or I know that people are really excited and they're anxious and they want to get going and they want to see what's out there, and some of them want to go out and tour homes right away, but you really need to make sure that your credit profile is in place. So it's most important to talk to a lender and find a lender that you're really comfortable with, because you're giving them so much important information, and they need to get you pre-approved. So that is something that's really important. There's 4 C's to obtaining a mortgage. One of them is the capacity to pay back your loan. So lenders are going to look at your income and your employment history, savings and monthly debt payments. They're going to look at capital. So that means money that's readily available to you, anything in savings, any assets that you might have, collateral. Lenders will take into account the value of the actual property you're wanting to purchase, and any possessions that you have that you would be pledging as a security against the loan. And then, of course, everybody knows that they're looking at your credit. So they want to look at your credit score, and they want to look at your history, your ability to repay debts, and that track record. And fortunately for me, I have great partnerships with some amazing lenders that I've done a lot of work with. And both lenders that I work with that are my preferred lenders have a lot of experience with people who are in the military, retired, or purchasing a home to relocate. So especially one, his name's Angel Duran, and he is with Doorway Home Loans. He knows the process of relocation. He understands how stressful it can be for some people, and he is completely amazing. I also am partnered with Parkmont Lending. I am a certified hometown hero agent, and I'm really proud to say that Parkmont, the reason why I wanted to partner with them is because they give back to the community. So what we do for military, first responders, educators, military personnel, nonprofit employees, and government employees is that we give you assistance with your closing costs. Once again, it's very important to understand your financial standing and get with a lender.
Wow. So you are a certified real estate agent.
Hero.
Hometown hero.
Hero, agent, yes.
how do you get that certification, and what does that mean for your client? I know that you said that you get that they get help with their closing costs and all of that. So are there any other benefits or special trainings that you have in working with them?
Well, I did have to go through a certification process. So yes, it was training, it was understanding the program and understanding the company itself and what their goals are to help people and really give back to the community, to those, who serve the community. And that's really important.
Yes.
We do give assistance towards closing costs. And that's another thing that buyers need to understand when they're getting ready to buy, is that you need to have money not just for your down payment, but you're also going to need to have enough money for closing costs. And so that comes into play, and that's really important. There's also costs that they would have to pay for a home inspection and an appraisal. So I think that it's really important that you have an agent that knows these things and sets the right expectations for you.
Absolutely. And so you said that some of the things that a buyer can start doing is to get with the lender and finding out what their financial situation looks like. So should they also reach out to you and work with you in the very beginning stages, or should they wait until they're ready to actually go in and find that home? Like, what is too soon to call you, or what is too late to call you?
It's never too late to call me. It's gonna be too soon. It's gonna be putting the cart before the horse when you haven't talked to a lender, or you don't even know. Surprisingly enough, some people don't even know their credit scores. Another thing that lenders look at is your debt-to-income ratio. So what I don't want to do, and this has actually happened in the past, is that as much as I love homes, I was that kid when I was younger. When I'd go trick-or-treating, I'd be looking in people's houses and, just seeing what it's like inside. I mean, I have a great love for architecture, and I love showing homes. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to take people out and show them homes that they may not be able to qualify for or be able to afford. And my clients don't want that either, because you don't want to set yourself up for something and then be disappointed. And then on the other side of that is that we don't want to miss any homes. So you might qualify for a home that's more than what you're thinking, and you might have a mortgage payment that you're really comfortable with and you can afford more home, but we're not looking at that because neither one of us understand or know what you would be pre-approved for.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. Awesome. Well, if someone was interested in booking a consultation with you to learn more about all of your services and how they can work with you to manage some of the things that we talked about today, how could they get a hold of you?
They can go to my website. That is LoneStarLeahRealty.com. And also feel free to give me a call. My number is 972-638-7377, and they can also look me up on Facebook under Lone Star Leah Realty, or take a look at my LinkedIn profile. I'm more than happy to reach out to them or respond to them that way, and on LinkedIn it's Leah Shelton.
Awesome. Well, I have completely enjoyed our interview today. I love all of the information that you share with our listeners. And again, we have Leah Shelton on, you guys. She's a realtor here in Dallas. Hit her up if you are looking to relocate to Dallas, if you're a veteran or a first responder, if you're a first-time home buyer. You are in good hands, I can already tell. So her contact information will be right below this interview. And again, thank you so much, Leah. I really appreciate your time today on this interview.
It was a pleasure, Jerica. Thank you so much.
All righty.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.